crochet. I tried. I gave it 2 years, all of 3rd grade and all of 4th grade. Perhaps I could have seen the signs sooner, but knowing when to quit is something I struggle to see. Making the switch, as stubborn as I was about it, is vital for me to be in this very room I am in today. Today, I want to tell you the story about how I went from arts and crafts to classical music. About 10 years ago in this very city, I was enrolled in a small Catholic school. During my time there, I began to attend crochet club. All my friends did. None of us had experience. We all had the same tools, same teacher. We were running together. It was fun. One girl's mom even brought us a pattern for baby booties. We weren't quite there yet, but I remember my teacher made us a sample baby booty, something we could aspire to do. And I remember thinking, if only I could make them a bit smaller, maybe they fit on my dolls. But first I had to finish this washcloth project. It was our first project. Once we got past making a single strand of crochet, we would turn that into a washcloth. And soon washcloths started to appear. There was a pink one, a purple one, a really big one. Then there was this one that was really fluffy. It was made out of yarn meant to be used on a baby blanket. Some girls were even started on their second washcloths. Their third, soon, everyone was on their second washcloth. But not me. I was still working on the first one. I forgot, and then I had to redo this part. But I was working on it. I got back on it. Then my cat puked on it, and they'd start all over again. But I was going to do it. I was going to finish this washcloth. I was determined. Nothing was going to stop me. Even if the only colored yarn left was this ugly puke green one. But right before I could finish, summer hit. School was closed because my school lost funding. So that goes that. So 4th grade started in a new school. I don't have friends. I don't have crochet club. Needless to say, I'm pretty miserable. So I thought, I'm going to bring back something I enjoyed doing in my old school, crochet club. So I hugged down my old crochet club teacher and I asked her, hey, can you come to my new school and start crochet club? She said, okay, I see you're interested, but who else? Paused, and I thought about all the friends I didn't have. And I told her I'd get back to her on that. I went back to school, and after every class, I went up to people and said, hey, you want to join crochet club? What about crochet club? You know, crocheting is kind of cool. The thing is, we weren't in 3rd grade anymore. We were in 4th grade. It's kind of close to 5th grade, and 5th grade's where like all the big kids are, and you know, big kids aren't really interested in arts and crafts, especially not making baby booties for your dolls. Kind of past that. So no one was really interested. So I was kind of feeling defeated. After recess, however, I saw some girls who were making this project out of, they were like duct tape, and they were making wallets, purses. One girl was even determined to make a dress. I sat down, I gave it a try. At the end, I had a gigantic wad of duct tape. That was meant to be a sculpture of something. Not sure what, but it was a sculpture. And I paused and I told everybody, so this is cool and all, but what about crochet? You guys ever tried to do arts and crafts with crochet? It's much cheaper than duct tape. And seeing as 4th graders don't have jobs, the cheaper the better, especially for their parents. So back to my teachers, and crochet club was a thing. The school approved her to come in, and every Thursday at 4 p.m., we did crochet club. It was great. Look at me. I founded a club. You know? Things are pretty good. I had a problem. I solved it. I knew what I wanted. I went for it. It's pretty impressive for a 4th grader. Problem was I wasn't happy. Kids around me had never crocheted before. But a month or 2 in, baby booties, they were like a warm-up project. And I was still working on that washcloth from last year. In fact, I finished the washcloth from last year, and it looked like a hat. I was miserable, pretty upset, pretty devastated. I walked out of club, and I remember one of the kids who had made fun of me for starting a crochet club came walking down the hall, and he's throwing his drumsticks up in the air. His band had just finished. And he said, how's crochet club going? I told him he was right. It was stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. He said, let me see your project. I said, okay. Digged out of my bag this hat. He took one look at it, and I'll never forget the look on his face. He started to laugh. He picked it out of my hands, put it on his head, and started to march around and drum a little beat. And I wasn't even mad. I wasn't even upset anymore. I just laughed with him. It was really bad. This was a terrible washcloth. And he said, Lauren, why don't you just quit and join me in band? So I did. I walked into the band room the next week, abandoning everything I had tried and known about crochet. And the teacher asked me what instrument I could play. I told him the recorder. He said, that's not a band instrument. He said, what instrument do you want to play? I said, guitar, like Taylor Swift. He said, that's also not a band instrument. I said, well, what instrument should I play? He handed me a flute. I had never seen a flute before. I didn't know how to play the flute. But I kept trying, and I got the hang of it. I got pretty good at it. I got private lessons, put my heart and soul into it, and now here I am at the Schwob School of Music getting a music degree with the flute. So sometimes when I'm in the practice room at Schwob, I can't help but think to myself, I'm pretty happy that I am making music and not washcloths. It's all thanks to that weird hat.